guys, for Complex News, I'm Natasha Martinez. Every now and again, we all go through music ruts where we're listening to the same artist on repeat. While there's enjoyment and familiarity and knowing the entire scope of your favorite artist's work, there's nothing quite like that feeling of excitement that comes from discovering someone new. In fact, I think in today's music landscape, we can be obsessed with finding artists who are hidden gems. You hold on to the fact that you knew them before they popped off, but the reality is that there are so many artists today that have massive reach and are releasing new music constantly that it's kind of impossible to keep tabs on all of them. In the spirit of Women's History Month, here are a handful of exhilarating female rappers in no particular order that you may or may not be familiar with. Tierra Whack. After dropping a single every week for the past month or so, Tierra Whack has been fresh on everyone's minds lately. Known for her unique and quirky lyrics, flows, and styles, the world Tierra has created makes everything else outside of it seem mundane. The 23-year-old rapper from Philly first came on the scene killing freestyles at the age of 16 under the name Dizzle Diz. During an interview with Complex in 2017, she said that once she decided to make music her career, she chose to record under her real name, Tierra Whack. She released her debut album last year titled Whack World, which came complete with an audio-visual project that she released exclusively on her Instagram that garnered millions of views. But it was her visuals for the track Mumbo Jumbo that earned her first Grammy nomination for Best Music Video. What was interesting was her choice of lyrics for the song, or lack thereof. Mumbo Jumbo literally is mumbo jumbo, as Tierra mumbles her way through a slow, familiar trap beat. While she insists it wasn't meant to be a reflection of today's mumble rap, you can't help but see the irony. Speaking to Complex, Tierra said her intention with the lyrics were all about the feeling. People always say people from my generation, mumble rappers, can't rap and it's killing hip-hop. Well, I can rap, but mumble rap isn't about that. It's about a feeling and makes you feel good. More recently, she dropped her single Clones, in which her words dance over a hard-hitting beat, calling out her imitators.
Nigga try to take my flow. Who the hell he think he is? I just wanna make my dough. Gotta take care of my kids. Just hopped off the plane, about to fuck up the game.
Tierra has really grown into her art, and it's clear that she's having fun with it. She'll be taking the Coachella stage weekend 1, and hopefully all of the singles she's been dropping lately points to another album coming soon. Young Baby Tate. Atlanta rapper and singer Young Baby Tate is one to watch as she embodies girl power in every way. At 13 years old, Tate was producing her own beats thanks to GarageBand. She dropped her first album, Roy G. Biv, The Colors That Make Up the Rainbow, in 2015, where she explored all of the colors in the spectrum of light on each track. This theme of dedicating albums to a general theme has followed her into her latest release, Girls. On this album, which was released in February, the now 22-year-old wisely breaks down all the roles that society places upon young women. Each track is labeled as labels given to girls like bad girl, pretty girl, playgirl, and so on. It's also refreshing to point out that the only features on Girls were other fellow female rappers. In a space where women are pitted against each other constantly, it's empowering to see Tate as a newcomer embrace her fellow rappers and lift them up with her. In her track Pretty Girls, she was joined by fellow Atlanta rappers Killuminati and Mulatto, where they collectively flex their individual qualities while also hyping each other up.
Pretty girl, I don't buy drinks at the bar. City girl, get it right with me, I'm a star. Get it girl, keep on going, you gon' make it far.
Megan Thee Stallion. If we want to talk about who's up next in mainstream rap, you can put your money on Megan Thee Stallion. The 23-year-old Houston rapper is the first woman signed to 300 Entertainment, an accomplishment she reached at the top of the year. She recently dropped her video for her breakout single, Big Ol' Freak, where Megan freely raps about her sexuality and doesn't think twice if you approve of it or not.
Ain't nobody freak like me, huh? Get what you need like me, huh? Ain't nobody got up on their tip-toes and roll to the tip like me, huh? I got him like Dayton, he fiendin'. My body a drug and he need it. He begging me for the treatment. He throw a fit when I leave.
To hear Megan represent her sexuality so confidently is liberating for a lot of women. But when asked about if she ever feels like it's a barrier, she told Complex, "Dudes can talk about sex all day long, or they can talk about drugs, they can talk about killing people. That's their whole body of work. And then me, being a woman, I don't want to shoot you, I'm not in the game, I'm not popping pills, so what? I'm not about to talk about that. So I talk about what I love on my body, and I talk about what I like to do. So if you want to listen, you can. If you don't, that's you." Just last week, Megan appeared on Charlie Sloth's Beats One show, Fire in the Booth, where she unleashed a freestyle that solidified her star power. She told Charlie, "I'm about to drop the hottest project of 2019, so y'all better get ready for that because it's coming. I will definitely be like an icon in 5 years. I'm gonna be like a household name." LaKaylee, 47. Last but not least is Leikeli 47. This Brooklyn rapper is by no means a newcomer on the scene. She's been dropping music since 2015. However, her approach to creating art has Phoenix-like qualities. During an interview with Hot 97 in 2017, when she was gearing up to release her debut album Wash and Set, she described her creative process as having to die every day. I have to die every day, I have to die to certain things every day. And in that, you're washing and you're setting. Dying is just letting it go. Whatever happened yesterday, happened yesterday. Wash and Set was the first album in a planned trilogy for the rapper, followed by her sophomore album Acrylic, which has been labeled as frank and sincere, as well as metamorphic because of Leikeli's ability to master any style she chooses. Each track on the album stands strong on its own, and Leikeli has vowed to make as many videos for the 19 tracks as possible. Just last week, she released a visual for No Reload, which she premiered on Complex. She spoke with us about the meaning of the song, saying, "It's kind of like my trap self-care, you know what I mean? It's just one of those situations where sometimes a no can really stand up for you in a positive way. I just feel like I'm living proof of that. You know, just knowing when and where and what to say no to has actually opened more doors for myself." Leikeli raps about the power in saying no, while the visuals simultaneously have her plucking off men from her shoulders.
Grew up in a house full of women, they ain't need no nigga. Never seen them ball shit, they had their own figures. OG said they give you money for they give you game, but when they come around here, I treat them niggas all the same. I say no.
When it comes to those who are just discovering her, Leikeli says, welcome. She told Complex, "We are in a day where everyone thinks that, oh, I have to know about this as soon as possible. And it's not like that all the time. I think that it's a beautiful thing with mixtape after mixtape, project after project, you gain new people. Just new colors, new sounds, new things. Fresh takes on your art. Just know that I put everything about me into the art. There's nothing that you are missing. Don't think that you are missing anything, because it all goes into my music anyway." Well, there you guys have it. Those are just a few rappers that may not be on your radar, but that you should definitely be keeping up with. Who are some that you guys are listening to right now? Sound off in the comment section below, and for more stories like this, keep it locked to Complex on YouTube. For Complex News, I'm Natasha Martinez.